I'm gonna have him checked out because it's not good for him to be vomiting all night and he didn't want to eat anything today.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals.
It's almost 10 a.m. and here's Simba. Good morning, Simba. So the cats have had a few treats this morning. They got some multivitamin treats. And I'm vacuuming the house right now, and then they're going to have their breakfast. But I just found like the biggest hairball on the floor, almost directly below this cat tower. Now, I don't know if it was from Splash last night, because last night Splash was down there making the hacking hairball cough. And I was like, oh, I was rooting him on, actually. I was like, come on, Splash, get it out, get the hairball out. So it might have been from him overnight. I didn't hear anybody vomiting this morning. So I think it's Splash because Simba had a hairball the other day. And it is hairball season. And that's why I picked up the camera, because I just want to remind everyone that in the spring, the cats start shedding their winter coat and it becomes hairball season. So I've been brushing the cats pretty much every morning, and now's the time to be on the lookout for hairballs. Right, Simba? Simba says right. It's 10:36 a.m. and the cats are eating their breakfast. They're having homemade raw food. That's a blend of turkey and chicken. And they're getting a little bit of crunchies on top and some freeze-dried chicken. And what I remembered this morning is that I have not been replacing the Feel Away Optimum dispensers, like the diffusers. I normally have 2 or 3 of those up here. And I have not replaced those since prior to Stella's passing, because things have been just upheaval since then. So I checked them this morning and sure enough, they're all empty. So I went downstairs and I have some refills. So that's what I did. I just refilled the dispensers up here. So that should be good for the cats. It'll help keep them calmer. And I also plugged one in downstairs, and that'll be good for the cats downstairs. And we'll just see how everyone does. It's 11:30 a.m. and here's Splash. And Splash was laying on the bed a little while ago. So today, Splash and Simba are going to have a day in this room alone by themselves. The window's open. Here's Simba on top of the armoire. And something really interesting just happened with me and Splash. So Splash was laying on the bed and I had the flea comb in the room. And I was like, I'm going to comb him because he doesn't let me brush him sometimes. But let me see if I could comb him while he's relaxing on the bed. Well, I combed him like better than I've ever combed him before. And he was like really enjoying it. And I felt like he wanted someone to cuddle with. Like, you know, he always used to cuddle with Stella. And I felt like maybe I could cuddle with him on the bed because, you know, he would be open to that. Because when I was combing him, he was like rolling around on his back, exposing his tummy. He really looked like he wanted to just like lay on the bed with me. But what happened was when I stopped combing him and I was like, okay, Splash, let's just lay on the bed together. And I put my arm out toward him because he looked like he wanted to rest his head on my arm. Like Boo loves doing that. Stella used to love doing that also. So I put my arm out toward him, and then I think he realized what was going on. He's like, oh, no, I'm too nervous for this. So then he jumped off the bed. But it was like the closest I've ever come. And I honestly think with some work, Splash might end up being like a cuddle bug. Maybe Splash is going to end up being like the biggest lap cat now. So we'll have to see. Anyway, here's Simba. He's on top of the armoire. He wants to have a little after breakfast nap. Okay, Simba, you could take a nap. It's 11:45 a.m. And I just gave Cousin Oliver a plate of food. That's some leftover food that the cats are not eating. Here he comes. And then I put some crunchies on top of it. Those are the Iams crunchies. Now he's eating it. So before, I just put the plate of food out and he wasn't too interested. Now he's going to eat it with the crunchies on top. I haven't seen him as much recently, but he's been hanging out on the patio today. Sometimes I think he's using the shelter underneath the house, the Rubbermaid shelter underneath the house, because I've seen him by the shelter a few times now. And I know he's used it in the past because there's been times where I've gone outside and I've seen him like run out of it, where he's been startled by something. So here's Sammy. She's been watching him. I wonder if she recognizes him from when she was outside. She better not even think about going outside right now. I have to make sure that door's shut. All right, it's locked. It's locked. You're okay, Sammy. You're okay. It's 7:45 a.m. Look at Splash. He's laying on the day sofa in Boo's room. It's so funny that the cats love laying here when I leave my blankets here. So this is like one of the waterproof pet blankets that I got several months ago at Costco. When I slept here 2 nights ago, or for part of the night 2 nights ago, I moved it along with this it's like a throw blanket. And there's another throw blanket there. And the cats love cuddling up in these blankets when I'm done with them. And here's Simba. And here's Boo. And Boo was super, super fussy with his dinner last night. Like, he didn't want what I gave the cats. And he also didn't want, like, the canned food that I gave him. And then he ate some crunchies. So it's been very challenging with Boo. And this is what happened last night. Now, I have to figure out a solution for this because Splash and Simba don't need to be eating extra food, but Boo needs to eat food. So in order for Boo to eat, what I've been doing is I've been leaving food out for him. So here in this cup is some crunchies that he ate last night. On this plate was cut up chicken with some crunchies. I think Simba ended up eating most of that over the night. This was some of the homemade food. This was the first bowl that I gave Boo for dinner because Boo likes extra water mixed in with his food. He likes it really soupy. I think Splash ended up eating some of that. This was some crunchies that I gave Splash last night. I don't know who finished that. That was either Splash or Simba. That was a little bit of raw food left over on Splash's plate. This is some canned food that I gave to Boo. He didn't want it. No one really wanted it. And then this is a little automatic feeder that I put a few crunchies in. And the cats get that like 2 a.m., 4 a.m. There's 2 compartments. And I've been doing that just so they don't wake me up in the middle of the night for food. And this has been working out great. And I know Boo's been eating some crunchies out of the feeders. But we got to figure out what's going on with him. I don't know if it's, grief over Stella. I'm still trying to get the cats back onto the regular routine. Want those? I don't know if he has a mouth issue again. So, I don't know. We got to see what's going on with him. I don't know if I'm going to have to start putting him alone in his room with food until he eats it. Today we have another rainy day, except today it's really cold. Can you see this? There's like snow. There's like ice and snow. So we're getting frozen precipitation today, which I'm not happy about. We've had like cloudy gray weather for several days now. I don't know if today's the last day or tomorrow, but right now it's raining. I could see it. The geese love this weather. The geese were sitting on the lawn yesterday when it was raining, so they don't mind. All of the cherry trees are starting to blossom. Are you okay, Boo? Are you okay, Boo? How are you doing, Boo? Okay, buddy? So Boo's not acting like strange, like his behavior has not changed. Yesterday, he seemed to be a little bit out of sorts, like a little bit grumpy. But I thought, well, maybe because, he didn't get enough sleep the night before. Because I checked the security cameras. And, he spends a good amount of time at night, like walking around and going from room to room and stuff. Also, I did put fresh Feel-Away diffusers out. And, that can have a very calming effect on the cats. There's one right now that's probably only like 3 feet away from him. So that could cause cats to be more relaxed than usual. I don't know, but we're going to see. I have to keep an eye on Boo, see what's going on with him. Sometimes he's been eating his meals. It just takes him longer because obviously he has teeth issues. Sometimes he eats half of his meal and then I'll give him a little canned food or dry food to round it out. But last night he was just super fussy. And this past week has been just really busy for me, and I'm totally feeling it today. I had to have my taxes done 2 days ago, and I had to prepare for that. And the day before, I had to prepare for that. So that was like 2 full days of taking care of that. So I've been practically anxiety-free this past week. I felt some last weekend when I was away. But then really since, I would say since like Sunday or Monday, I've been like good. I haven't really felt much anxiety at all. Like, and if I did, it was only like a 1 or a 2 on a scale of 1 to 10. And it feels so good to be able to do things and be anxiety-free with regards to doing them. But in order to get me to that point, you know, I had to do all kinds of vagus nerve exercises. When I say exercises, I don't mean physical exercises. I mean things to help strengthen my vagus nerve and reset my vagus nerve or stimulate it. That's what people are calling it. So I have a whole list of things that I need to make sure that I'm doing. Like, for example, getting enough omega-3s every day, making sure I'm fully hydrated, trying to stick to a good daily schedule where I'm making sure I'm getting enough sleep. And I can tell you for certainty, the past few nights I haven't been getting to bed until almost midnight. And I need to try to get to bed before 11, sometime between 10 and 11. So I need to work on that. I need to work on breathing exercises, cold therapy. There's just like a whole bunch of stuff. Boo's a happy boy. Boo, you're so happy. You're a happy boy. Oh, you got a hairball? So that's another thing. I'm, wondering about Boo. I'm like, well, maybe he has a hairball because that's how Splash and Simba get when they have a hairball. They might not want to like eat their meals or finish their food. And it is hairball season, and I haven't seen Boo vomit up a hairball. I know Splash did, Simba did. I don't know if Boo has done that yet. And it's easy to figure out which hairballs are Boo because they're all black. Well, the fur is black. So I'm going to clean all of this up, and then I'm going to get ready for my day. I just put fresh batteries in their toy. This takes 3 C batteries. There's Nancy and little Eva. Nancy loves this toy, so does little Eva. And I've seen Ziggy playing with it, Goldie playing with it, Sammy. The girls really like it. Although I do have to say that even with fresh batteries, it doesn't appear to be, well, maybe it does. I feel like it's moving around slower than it did in the past, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I feel like it used to really move really fast. I wonder if it's a question of like the motor just not working as well. Maybe because when the cats, like lay on it or something. I don't know. But there's little Eva. She's going to enjoy it. I really like this toy because it gives the cats a good distraction while I'm trying to do other things. Look at Splash. He's so cute. Splash, you're such a cutie boy. So he has definitely been letting me pet him much more now than when Stella was still here. So hopefully he'll continue to open up to me and be friendlier to me. Not that he hasn't been friendly to me, but, he has been, still the most shy of the OG4, the most feral of the OG4. But he's gotten more pets from me over the past week than he ever has over the course of a week before. Look what I just found in the living room. Oh my gosh. So I don't know if this is Boo or Simba or what, but I definitely have to clean this up. Makes me think maybe it was Boo because it looks like a bunch of canned food. I'm cleaning up the vomit. It appears that it's been there for several hours because like the edges of it are dry. I know that sounds disgusting, but just documenting this. And I would say it's from Boo. The reason why is because when Simba vomits in threes. So he doesn't just vomit in one location. He then vomits much smaller amounts in two other locations. And they're usually not far from the original vomit. So I don't see that anywhere. So that would make me think this is from Boo. To me, what this looks like is Boo ate some of the food that I gave him for dinner yesterday with some crunchies on it. And then he vomited it up, and that's probably why he didn't want to eat any other food that I gave him after that. He did end up eating some beef baby food last night. He ate most of a jar of it. And then I know overnight he did eat some crunchies. But this makes me think it's from Boo. And it could be potentially because he has a hairball, because I did see him hacking a little bit this morning. Like, I didn't hear him hacking, but I saw him, like, I don't know. The way he was acting made me think he has a hairball. So that's what's going on. Now I hear it. It's like hailing out. Can you hear that? It's like sleet. I just checked all of the security camera footage in this room from last night. And so the cats had dinner like a little bit after 8:30. And then what happened was Simba didn't finish his food and Boo didn't finish his food. So Simba was here on the scratch and roll. I gave him what was left on his plate, which wasn't much at all. And then Boo was here and I gave him what was left on his plate. And Simba finished his food. Boo just like sniffed at it, and then Boo jumped here into the cat tower. And then about 20 minutes later, almost 9 p.m., Boo jumped down from this cat tower and he vomited over here. I have it all on the security camera footage. So that would explain why Boo did not want to eat any of the other food that I gave him. So at 9 p.m., the reason why I didn't hear him vomiting is because I was downstairs with the Lucky Seven. And I was feeding them, giving them their dinner. So that's why I didn't hear him vomiting. If I was up here, I would have heard him. And that's why when I tried to give him like different types of canned food after that, when I saw he wasn't finishing his meal, that's why he wasn't eating that. And then later, like right before I went to bed, he was looking at me like he wanted food. So that's when I gave him some baby food, because I was like, okay, well, you know, hopefully he'll eat that. And he ate most of that. And then later on, he did eat some crunchies. So that mystery is solved. I still have to keep an eye on Boo. Maybe I'm going to put some extra like salmon oil in his food. So if he has a hairball, it'll move around. Right, Boo? You happy? You happy, boy? Yesterday, I laid down on the couch for a little while just to relax for like 20 minutes between doing things. And Boo came over and he was like laying on me. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's acting normal. He's not acting strange. So I got to keep an eye on him. No one's eating these treats. You want these treats? Want them? You want them? You weren't eating them. Want them? Want to eat them? I know Boo's hungry if he'll eat something out of my hand. Here, you want to put there? You want to eat them? Nancy's up here, so Boo's a little concerned about where she is. All right, so this is a good sign that he's eating these treats. Another thing that I noticed when I was looking at the security camera footage is that while I was preparing dinner for the cats yesterday, Boo was getting crunchies out of these crunchy mice. There's still some crunchies in this one, but this is the one he was playing with. There's still some crunchies in there also. Good morning, Nancy. I got this Dry Mate cat litter mat from Home Goods. Let's check it out. So I just got back from Home Goods and I saw this there. It was $9.99 and this says it is a cat litter mat. It reduces litter tracking through the house. It is a soft absorbent mat and it is waterproof with a slip resistant backing. So that all looked good to me, but what really got me was this. It says machine washable. And I was like, wow, that makes it really interesting because I have these green, like fake grass mats that I keep near the litter boxes. Now, these do a great job of containing like litter that would be tracked out and about. See all the litter that's on it right now? So what I do is I vacuum these. During flea season, these get vacuumed every day. And right now, I've been vacuuming them every 2 or 3 days. But they do a really good job of collecting litter that would be tracked outside of this area. And this is where I keep another one of those green mats right here near this shower that I have downstairs. So the shower has been converted to like a cat litter area. There's 3 litter boxes in it. There's one litter box here next to it, and then there's another litter box out there. But I normally keep the green mat here, and it does a really good job of collecting the tracked litter. I don't know if you could see all the litter on the floor right now, because somebody threw up on the mat. I found it yesterday, so I cleaned it up and I threw it in my shower upstairs, like in the bathtub. And what's great about the green mats that I have is that I spray them with some Dawn Power Wash. I think that's what it's called. And then I just hit them with a hose outside. When the weather's warm, I can just take them outside, hose them down, wash them outside, dry them. Great. When it's cold out like it is now, it's only like 30 something degrees. I do the same thing in my bathtub upstairs. So that's why it's not here right now. I had to go buy some more of the detergent that I use. But this is where I want to put this because that was not the first time that the cats threw up on the green mat. For some reason, the cats love throwing up on those green mats. I also have another green mat upstairs near my front door. It's kind of like, inside welcome mat. And the cats have vomited on that quite a few times over the last year. I don't know why they like doing it, but I'm happy that they do. I'd rather them vomit on that than like a good rug or something. So I want to try this out over here because if I could put this here and if it'll collect the tracked litter and then it's machine washable, that would just be really, really great. On the back, it says it reduces litter tracking. It gently loosens litter from cats' paws. It is an absorbent fabric, traps and contains accidents, wicks away moisture. Waterproof backing prevents moisture from seeping through, protecting surfaces below. Slip resistant, provides a safer, more secure footing. Made from 50% recycled fiber, and it's made in the USA. So that is awesome. Here's the mat on the floor, and it is really big. I want to say this is like 3 times the size of the green grass mats that I use. Sammy's going to check it out already. Hey, Sammy, do you approve of it? Do you like it? Yeah? So sometimes if I'm going to be like away overnight, I will put like another litter box right here. So that would be good. It would hold the mat down. I'm just going to be curious to see if this mat moves. We'll see how that goes. Home Goods is a really great place to try out products because the prices are really good. And then if you really like it, you could always then like order it online or something because that's what happened with the scratch and rolls, for example. Here's what I just did. So I put this door stop on top of this litter mat, but like obviously underneath the door. So maybe that'll help hold this litter mat in place because the cats sometimes do love running into this room and running out of this room when they play with their toys. Hey, Sammy. Hello, Sammy. It's 12:10 p.m. Here's Simba. I just put him in the carrier. It was really easy to get him in the carrier. So he vomited like all night. He started vomiting before dinner yesterday. Then he had a little bit of dinner. Then he vomited that up. In the middle of the night, he ate some crunchies. He vomited that up. And then this morning, he was vomiting liquid. And he's been vomiting 2 to 3 times a week for the past 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm taking him to the animal hospital, 24/7 animal hospital. And I'm going to have him checked out because it's not good for him to be vomiting all night and he didn't want to eat anything today. So that's the situation. He's acting normal. He was playing this morning, walking around. He was in a really good mood. He was on top of the armoire, on top of the cat tower. So behavior-wise, he's been fine. I just don't like the fact that he's been vomiting so much. All right, Simba? Okay. I'm going to go have you checked out, okay? You're going to go checked out. Thank you you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.